team news after the international break? Everyone returned okay?
Yeah, everyone's fine, which is always a worry when they go away for international games. But everyone's come back in good nick and good spirits. Looking forward to the game.
Any fresh concerns since the West Brom one?
No. Stephen Kingsley came back and trained this week. Just Norbert and John Terrell, they'll be missing from the squad. So yeah, pleasing.
What's Stephen's problem, mate?
He had a bit of a tight calf. And it's just been niggling away at him, so we've just took him off the training ground a wee bit and just try to get it built up a little around it, and some individual work with Alex and the conditioning coach. And today he joined in with us and looked fine, so he's good.
What's the situation with Norbert? How far away is he?
He started the run on the Ultra G and the treadmill. Over these next few days, he'll be going out into the grass. Again, some fitness work and trying to build his fitness back up. But he's been working very hard in the gym on his upper body and his strength. And it's probably, it's a good time. It's never nice to be injured, but it was a good time to build him up a wee bit and physically and what he needs for this league. So he's probably another 10 to 2 weeks away.
Okay.
10 days, that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got Josh McGuinness back against Preston, but with only Norbert and John Terrell missing, do you feel like you've got a strong enough squad for this? It's a demanding run of games, isn't it, through to New Year's Day from now? Yeah,
we feel as if we've got a good squad. Obviously Josh will be back for Wednesday. I think the squad is strong. It's competing, it's challenging each other every single day. I think in every position we're covered. Obviously a little bit light over these last few games with Josh being suspended and Norbert being injured. But we've also got versatility around there that we can move people in and around to do a job for us, as you've seen. So I think the squad's strong, and I'll back this squad to get through these games.
How important is this period?
I think it's very important. I think leading into, I think it's Boxing Day. We've got 8 games. 8 games left of our 12-game phase. We've started the first 4 games of this 12 very well. Promotion form, 9 points out of 12. So we know we want to try and build, and if we can do that again over these next 8 games, then we'll put ourselves in a really good position.
If players don't currently find themselves in the team at the minute, that's got to be the message, isn't it? That at some point they will be used in this.
I'm going to need the whole squad. There's no question about that, and I spoke to the group about that. Is one thing we haven't got is sulkers or people feeling down or not training properly or because they're not in the team. We've got unbelievable characters, and not an inch of problems for me really. 1 or 2 asked questions what I need to do to get back in the team, which is fine. But never knocking the door down saying I'm not happy, I don't want to be here, I want to leave in January. None of that. The group's brilliant. They're really, really good, and they're behind the ones who are starting because they know they'll get their chance, and then it's up to them.
Have you given your players a bit of time off in this international break, the ones that weren't away?
Yeah, they've had a couple of days, nothing too long, because you give them 4 days, they go to Dubai. You give them 5 days, they end up somewhere else, and so we try to make it, Paris or something like that, 3 days, and get back in hard work.
Sure. Since we last spoke, you've done reports of Lee Grace from Ireland coming over and having a trial period with you. Can you fill us in on what the story is? Yeah,
Lee came over. Somebody we're well aware of. Myself and Cliff having known that league, especially Cliff. So we brought him over. He was in for 3 or 4 days. He done well. He's going away on holiday now with his family because his season's just finished. Whether we do something or not, I'm not sure. We're pleased with the 4 centre backs we've got. In fact, we're pleased with the 6 centre backs we've got. The 2 that's out on loan as well. So in that area, we're well stacked.
When will we make a decision, do you think?
No, there's no real time limit on. He can't play till January anyway if we did sign him. But it's we're really, really pleased with what we've got in centre back anyway.
Is that Irish league something an untapped market almost?
Yeah, I think there's some real good quality over there. I think people do underestimate it. Both leagues really. I think you've seen even in the Irish league people like Gavin White, who's went to Cardiff, and Stuart Dallas, who went to Leeds. You know, there is hidden gems over there if you know the leagues. In that league, you know, we took Kieran Sadler from Cork at Doncaster last year, and he's lighting it up for them this season. They're leading goal scorer, and so we know the league. We know the league, and it's about getting the right ones.
Leading on to my next question, you've been linked with Jack Byrne at Shamrock. Is there anything in that one?
Nothing in that. No, there's nothing in that. No real interest from us in that. We're really pleased in terms of what we've got in midfield.
Okay. Broader question: how are your plans coming along for January? I know it's a while off yet. But
yeah, they're good. I mean, we've started the process. You know, one thing that's been really nice is to have board meetings and technical board meetings once every 3-4 weeks, just to outline where we are, what we need, and that's been brilliant. That process, you know, myself and Iab and Andrew and David and Lee, you know, getting together and just speaking about everything. So that's been nice. Again, we'll meet again in a couple of weeks' time just to confirm what we're actually thinking of doing. But everything's in the process of it.
Do you have a clear understanding of what you need, or do your plans have to be fluid?
Yeah, we've always got a clear understanding. I'm very clear on what I always want to do anyway, and I like to put that to Lee and Iab and David and people like that, you know. So it's so we're very clear on what we want to do and what we like to do. But these things, like you say, it's always nice what you want to do, but it's sometimes not as clear as that. So it takes time, and we'll look forward to it when it comes around. But look, that's away out of the picture at the minute. We're just concentrated on the next game, which is Sunday.
You mentioned how you've got competition for every place. It doesn't need an overhaul in January, does it? Is it a case of just tweaking it and tinkering what you've got? Possibly.
You know, we do feel as if there's one or two areas where we think we can add to the group just to give us that extra push. Them areas will stay between me and my coaching staff and Iab before you ask. So it's there's definitely areas where we think we can add to it and just to give us a bit of help.
Do you know now if there'll be money to spend, or have you got a good idea of what, if there is any?
Yeah, I think there will be. I think Iab's been really clear in terms of when we met in the meetings that yes, there will be. You know, would prefer our own players really. You know, and he 100% will back us on that. So it's like I say, I don't think it needs an overhaul. I think we're really pleased with the group. One or two areas maybe where we feel as if we're a wee bit light.
Because traditionally this club hasn't spent big in January in the last couple of windows, but if there's a target out there you feel we'd be back to go and get?
Yeah, I believe so, but I don't think it needs a lot, to be honest with you. I've never been about money myself anyway as a manager. It's, you know, I'd rather make sure we concentrate on what we've got and add to it again with people who are hungry and determined and want a point to prove at this level, and that's what I'm about as a manager really.
Does that suggest you go lower leagues then?
Well, it doesn't matter what league they come from if they're good enough really. So I think in terms of our recruitment we've been very savvy on that. We're very clear on what we wanted, with characters who have a point to prove, who maybe been written off to play at this level, but I think they're showing people now that they're good enough.
Any developments on the players that you've been talking to about a new contract?
Still in the they're still speaking in behind the scenes, and I'll say to you, but what I said to you last time, once I know any more on that, I'm sure you'll be the first to know as well. But nothing has developed since the last conversation.
Are you heartened by the direction it's going in?
Not really, because I know these things take time anyway, and everybody's got a year and a half or 2.5 years left on their deals anyway. So we know exactly where we are, but yeah, they're all still in house and speaking.
I think it's a month since you talked at length about Jared and his contract. Do you remain optimistic that he can be persuaded to sign a new contract?
Yeah, we'd love him to sign a new deal, but we understand where he's at. He's got a year and a half left. It's completely down to Jared and his representatives, but I think he's focused on his football. That's the most important thing. I don't think anything can swerve him away from what he does on a everyday level really, and leading into a game. So Jared knows that'll be sorted out between his representatives in the football club. Me and him can just concentrate on the football.
If he doesn't sign a contract before January, does that have a bearing on the club's stance with him in January?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think the club are quite calm. I think Jared's quite calm. But it's like he's I've said it before, I think he's the best in the league in what he does, and he's a real asset to us. So hopefully it could be sorted out one way or the other. But at the minute we're all fine.
If I take you back to the very opening weekend, would you have taken where you are now after 16 games?
No, not really. I think we've been very good in terms of what we've done in most games. I think maybe one game where we didn't show anything what we're about was Huddersfield. I think in all the rest of the games we've competed. We've shown for large spells of games of what we're about. Maybe the last 10 or 11 games we've got more consistent in our performances, which has in turn showed a better output and results. But our focus is again coming into this game on Sunday is about performing first and foremost, because even against West Brom we lost the game, but the performance was there, and if we can do that again, then we give ourselves the best chance to win.
Because I think it's 17 points from the last 10 games. If you can keep doing that, you'll not be far off, will you?
No, we won't, and we've got a group now that's starting to believe in themselves more, backed up by the ones who, like I touched on before, haven't been playing, but are right behind the ones who are playing. So it's important we keep the belief of what we're doing, and go into these games coming up. They come thick and fast, and I'm a firm believer these games can make and break teams. Right up into this Christmas period, the 8 to 10 games you've got now, the teams that are going to challenge pick up a lot of points over this period, and we feel as if we've got a good squad that we can do that.
Have you set a target for your players up to New Year's Day?
Not really a target. We set targets for every 12 games that we always keep in-house, but like I said, the first 12 we were way behind. We've started to make it up in the second 12 with the 4 that we've showed so far, and if we can do that again for these next 8 games, then we'll be right in the mix.
Since losing to Swansea on the opening day, you've taken 11 points from 6 away games. What's been the secret behind your productive away form?
Not treating away games any differently to a home game. I think that's been a key of what we want to do. We don't go away from home thinking, right, we'll set up like this and do that. We approach every game the way we coach during the week or what we work on. Yes, we're always aware of the opposition threats, but we stay very stable in our approach and consistent in our messages, and I think that's give us a good base to build from.
I just wondered if playing away from home teams come onto you a bit more and it plays into your hands a little bit. Possibly. I mean, we've got players that can run and that can travel with the ball, but it's just playing with no fear approach, going to making sure that we can go to any team in the league and try and get a result. That's the way we approach most games, but every game is really, really difficult at this level. It doesn't matter if a team's at the top or a team's at the bottom. I don't think they've got individuals that can hurt you in a split second, as of Middlesbrough on Sunday if we're not switched on. Do the results at places like Forest and Fulham sort of entrench that no fear belief that you can take or you can go anywhere?
I think so. I think it's, we've got a belief in what we do. They're all tough games. They're all difficult games. Going to those 2 clubs has shown that we can compete with the teams who are meant to be challenging at the top of this league and are challenging. And that can give us great confidence going into future games.
I know you'll not look beyond Middlesbrough, but these next 4, I think you've got the relegation zone, all 3 teams in that. Do you see that as an inviting chance, or have you got to be wary? Yeah,
I don't really look at it and think relegation teams, because we're 16 games in, and form can change very quickly and people can move up the league. So I know these next 4 games are all tough games. I know that for a fact, for many different reasons. You look at Middlesbrough's team on Saturday, and the people like Britta Bolonga, who I played with at Peterborough, is one of the best forwards in this league and has shown that over the last 2-3 years. So any team can hurt you if you're not on your game in this league, and that's what we've got to guard against.
Is Britt their danger man, is he?
Yeah, Britt's been one of the best goal scorers in the Championship for a few years now. So we'll have to be wary of him. But like I say, we always go into the game worrying about ourselves first and making sure we get our own house in order.
Do you expect to face a Middlesbrough team low on confidence given their recent run? I think it's 9 without a win now.
I expect to face a Middlesbrough team with confidence because of their last performance at QPR. Having watched it back, I thought they played very well and possibly should have won the game. So that will give them confidence. What they've done at home is they haven't won many, but they're hard to beat at home. You know, they've picked up some good results. They drew with Preston at home, and teams like that. So it's a tough game. It's a tough game, and by all accounts, everyone keeps telling me Hull City's form away to Middlesbrough has been horrendous over the years. Was it 19 wins in 21 games?
19 defeats in 21.
So you know, the tide's got to turn sometime, isn't it?
You're not one for history, now.
Not really. I mean, what's gone on has gone on. We're only focused on what we can do at the weekend.